Last better part of 4 decades. I'm going to start. When I look into your eyes, I see the window to your soul, and the lines on your face tell of your journey. They record your joy or your pain, your tenderness or the hardness of your heart. Words are only needed to fill in the details. 2017 is a year of transformation for me. I actually joined a writers group, and I was asked by the group, I said, is there a book? They asked, is there a book in you? I said, I always thought there might be a book in me, but I always thought it was a photo book. But apparently there is a writer in me as well, so that's something, it's a new challenge that I'm taking on. In my almost 38 years of photography adventure, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of amazing people. Just a few names that might be familiar to you would be people like Milt Stegall, Matt Dunnigan, Cindy Clausen, Donna Derrico, Len Cariou, Paul Brandt, just to name a few. I was honored to produce the first ever Winnipeg Blue Bomber cheerleader calendar. I'm a sponsor for the Olympic gold medalist Jennifer Jones curling team. And as president of PPOC, Professional Photographers Canada, I had opportunity to travel across our country as well as into the States. So it's really been an amazing journey and a lot of fun and very, very rewarding. But as we were talking just briefly with our printer friend here, and then I'm sure many of you in your industries, our industry is challenged, in a lot of ways. And how many of you own a cell phone? Pretty much, and everybody who put their hand up and the rest are probably lying. So basically, there's probably as many cameras in the room as there are people in the room, maybe more. And so one of the things is everybody's a photographer now. Most of the up and coming photographers I meet now, there seem to be a lot of them like the stay-at-home moms who, they photograph little Susie, and then while she's having her nap, they Photoshop the images, and then they show it to their neighbors, and their neighbors go, "This is really cool, you can photograph my baby." And we have an affectionate name from them. We call them the Mamarazzis, and no disrespect to them. Some of them do phenomenal work, and some of them even charge appropriately for what they do. But basically, everybody is a photographer now. I actually kind of like what my colleague there is doing, because he's doing something a little different, and that's phenomenal. That's where you got to go. So lose my thought here for a second. So basically, we're in a shrinking market. There's more photographers. There's less people who are hiring photographers, because for the most part, for a lot of us, what we can do with our cell phone is good enough. So if it's good enough, why would you call me? And so we need to actually look at different revenue streams, and that's pretty much true in any industry that you're in. That's where Valentis is actually going to be a big part of my future moving forward, because it's offering me opportunities that my photography career doesn't necessarily have. You have to be adaptable. What worked 10 or 20 years ago doesn't necessarily work anymore. You have to embrace technology. Whether you like it or not, it's not going away. None of us are safe. You remember companies like Kodak? Remember them? Agfa, Fujifilm. I mean, those are the giants in my industry when I started. Where are they now? So in order to survive, and this is regardless of what your passion and what your dream is, you have to find your niche in the marketplace. You have to unleash your passion. Whether you have experience or whether you have expertise, whether you have anything, passion can overcome a multitude of shortcomings. So unleash your passion, but then become the very best at what you do. Make sure you charge what you're worth, but also make sure you're worth what you charge. Excellent customer service is not optional. Good enough isn't good enough. And you need to create an experience for people. It's all about the experience. People may not remember exactly what you did or what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Today I'm mostly in photography, I'm mostly in more of the commercial market, again, because a lot of the personal photography has been taken over by people's cell phones, and it's good enough in their minds. It's a little bit easier or a little bit more realistic to create a return of investment. A lot of the images you saw there, if I can create images of your product, your service, what you do, a company profile, if you spend a few hundred to a few $1,000s on great imagery for your website, and you can turn it into sales of tens of thousands or more dollars, it makes good business sense. So it's not that hard of a case to make. So that's where I'm actually spending a lot of my photography time in now. So, but I have to remember, it's not about me. It's really about you. Like, if I'm creating images for you, what's your purpose? Is your purpose to sell more product? Is the purpose to create more awareness? Is the purpose to make grandma happy with portraits of their grandchildren? I mean, it's all about the customer. It's all about them. It is nothing about me. I'm simply a problem solver to saying, how can I take my talents and passion and ability and create something that's going to solve your purposes? So people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. John Maxwell quote. Absolutely love it. It's time like no other time for personal investment or personal development, whether emotional, physical, mental, spiritual. Invest in yourselves. Be single-minded and focused. We've never had as many distractions in our lives as we do today. You know, every time you get up, your cell phone chimes, you open up your phone, you got Facebook hitting you, you got texts, you got emails, you got everything, and we can choose how many distractions we can allow into our lives. If we want to succeed and become excellent in what we do, we need to take control. It's not so much time management, it's self-management. I'm actually taking a course right now through a personal coach by the name of Darren Hardy. He's written several books. He's put out a course called Insane Productivity. I'm in week 1 of a 12-week program, so ask me in 3 months, I guess, where it's coming. But it's phenomenal stuff. But it's all about investing in myself. So I want to challenge you, set a goal so big that you can't achieve it until you grow into the person who can. It's a quote direct from Facebook, of all places. I don't know actually who came up with it, but I saw it on Facebook and I love it. So it made so much sense. You use your passion actually for something bigger than yourself. The last person you saw in my show, she's a very good friend of mine, Patty the Rocker. Rock is a word that she made herself. It's actually running and walking, R-W-A-L-K. Patty is an inspiration to many people, and she just totally captures the whole title of Chase Your Dream Passionately. And her husband passed away in April last year, liver disease. She's taken it upon herself. She's going to be doing a cross-country run from the West Coast to the East Coast. Now, just put it in perspective. Has any of you ever run a marathon or? Okay, so you know how long a marathon is. I can't even imagine. I could drive one, but I certainly couldn't run it. Just to put it in perspective, in the time frame that she's giving us, she needs to complete 167 full marathons in 180 days to reach her goal. So that means in about 6 months she gets 13 days off. That's kind of insane, but you know, it's a little crazy, but that's a compliment she would appreciate. So, and she's got the tenacity and the drive and the passion to do it. She's raising money and funds for the Liver Foundation, and she's making the difference in the lives of people. So she's an inspiration to me for someone who is actually taking these words very seriously. I want to challenge you, go to the gym, read a book, attend a seminar, take dance lessons. Be in the moment. Do something. Do something to develop your person in all areas of your life. It's not always about the money. It's about the people you touch. It's about the relationships that you are building and maintaining. And I don't know where you are spiritually, but seek God's guidance. Hold on tight and chase your dream passionately.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what we call compact. There's a lot of good information in there, and that's why I've written a notebook.